In today's video, we're going to be welding with this new Arccaptain Tig 205 Pro. This is a 205 amp DC TIG welder. This also features a foot controller, and this has the newest feature I've never used before, which is cold welding. So let's get right to it. Okay, so let's start by getting this machine out of the box and we'll see what it comes with. And here is everything out of the box. This is a pretty nice little unit. I am surprised to see how compact in size that it is. Now it comes with everything on this table. You get a really nice nylon gas tube. This is a little cover that goes with it. I've never gotten a machine that has a cover. We have a 10-foot ground wire. You have your TIG torch accessories and a tungsten. We got your stinger for stick welding. And lastly, a pretty nice looking TIG torch with a finger control. And this also has the input for foot pedal, so I'll be using that later. And in other cases, this really nice little dongle here, if you only have 110 in your shop, this will let you run this machine off of 110. So another pretty cool feature you don't usually get. All right, so I just powered the machine on. There's the power button in the back, pretty simple to figure out. Now in the settings here, this is currently set to 2T TIG. You can switch over. This is 4T, this is the 4T trigger. I don't like using that, so I usually stick with 2T. And we also have the Cold Tig setting there, as well as the MMA for stick welding. And then when we go back to 2T for TIG, this gives you, in the function sections, it gives you the amperage, and we can bring this thing all the way up to 205 usable amps, which is pretty powerful for such a small machine. Now moving further along into the settings for the actual TIG welding, a lot of my other machines get real complicated. This one here in particular has a T down setting, and this is adjustable right here, and you can see the bar graph will go up as you reach the machine's capabilities, which is 15. But the T down basically just indicates the time taken from the peak current to the arc actually striking current. So it's basically the wave. Now you're going to be adjusting this as just to get where your machine and your weld is working efficiently. The next setting is T post. This is pretty self-explanatory as well. This is your post flow for gas. Depending on what your metal is doing, if you want to coat that with more argon, you can give it go for 12 seconds. All the way down to 5. I'm going to leave mine at 3 because we're going to start with some light stuff. Onto the remote setting, this just lets the machine know what you're working with. So in this little indicator here, says you're using the trigger off of the actual torch itself. And you can switch this again using your foot pedal. And if using the controls in the face machine isn't easy enough, this also offers a Bluetooth device, so you can get an app for your phone and you can control all these parameters from your phone. So let's get right into the app. Using the app is pretty simple and self-explanatory. It connects via Bluetooth. Your machine will automatically come up. You can select your machine. From here you get this interface. Now you can go through and select whatever process you plan on using. At the current moment we're going to stick with high frequency TIG. Now this is really cool to get into. So your panel itself, this is all the displays that you just went through on our machine. So our current welding current is 205 amps. It just gives you this little slide bar, and you can bring this thing up or down to whatever you feel is needed. Your post flow is also on a little bar slide, so you can change that to what you need. And your down slope time, also adjustable from the app. All right, so this app thing is pretty cool to work with. Now you may be asking yourself, why do I even need that? Well, I'm going to show you right now. You may find yourself in an awkward welding position and need to make an amperage change or post flow change to your welding device. You don't want to get out of wherever you're at to go make those changes. You can just bring up your app. You can adjust what you need to fix, and you go right back to welding. Another key feature this machine offers is the availability to use this foot pedal. Now a lot of machines don't have this compatibility. It's trigger use only and all your adjustments are made on the machine. This is completely beyond that. So as much as you push on this foot pedal, the more amperage you'll get. So you get a lot more control over your weld. A lot of other machines don't have that. This is great for working for the bench. You get a lot more control over your weld. So I think we went over enough features. Let's get into some welding. Okay, so we're all pretty much set up and ready to go. I have this piece of 1/8 inch steel right here. We're just going to do a quick bead to run across here and see how the machine does. All right, there it is, fresh off the weld. You see it's got good penetration all the way through it. I had the machine set to 100 amps, but I think I'm going to crank it up a little bit. Now we're going to bring in another piece of 1/8 inch and we'll do 2 pieces together. And here's a quick look at that fresh off the weld. A little undercut, I could have added a little bit more feed, probably use a little thicker of a welding rod, but got through that metal no problem. So I had no problem welding that 1/8 inch mild steel. So now we're going to move over to some thinner stuff. This is some thin sheet stainless steel. I brought the machine down to 45 amps and we'll see how it does. All right, there's that first pass. Looks pretty good, just running the bead. Got a little out of control at the end there, but overall pretty good. Now we can stick 2 pieces together. Nice coloration to it. Now let's move on. Now we're going to do some round stainless steel tubing. All right, so here is the stainless tubing we're going to be welding next. So I've already coped the metal the way we want it, and we're just going to get this thing tack welded, and we're going to seam weld it all the way around. And here's a closer look of that tube fully welded all the way around. And now that we made it this far, I think it's time to change gears just a little bit. And we're going to try and switch the machine over into Cold Tig mode. All right, and this change is simple enough. We're going to go from foot pedal control over to the trigger on the actual torch. And I did switch the actual plug-in from the torch back into the machine already. And now we're going to go from 2T over to the Cold Tig symbol. All right, I think I'm good to go. I have my machine set. It automatically maxes out at 205 amps. And what I do have is 115 milliamps just for the duration of the weld. And we're going to try to cold weld and butt seam together this sheet metal. Another thing, I'm using this old school welding helmet because the auto darkening does not keep up quick enough with the flash. So you'll get flash, which is pretty cool. On the back of this machine, this is an interface for their mask. You can actually buy a welding helmet with a wire that goes directly to your machine, and it'll flash dark as soon as that thing hits the trigger. All right, here's a closer look at that. It's my first attempt. And it probably just looks like I probably could have overlapped them just a little tighter going across, but that was way too easy. So let's do another round of that with a closer overlap. I gotta say that's pretty awesome for just a really quick weld. You can see it actually penetrated through the other side. I'm sure with some additional adjustment I could probably dial that in even better. All right, next up, we're going to Cold Tig 2 of these pieces of tube back together. And there that is cold tigged all the way around. Started off, I was a little unable to keep my line, but the more I practiced with it, the more spot on it got. All right, out of curiosity, I'm gonna see if I can cold tig these regular razor blades together. After a little bit of toying around with it, this is as far as I got. I kept blowing through it, but it is stuck together enough to where I could break that weld apart. Still pretty cool. If I spent more time messing with the settings, I might be able to get across this blade. All right, next up, we're gonna try these utility blade razors. All right, that successfully did it. You can see I started out a little too hot there. I had it at 13 milliseconds. I lowered it down to 10, and this is where it got me. So just enough to not blow the metal out and keep going across it. On the other side, you can see it's pretty good penetration through that metal as well. Okay, now that we've got pretty well settled with this machine, it's time to see what it's actually capable of. So now we're gonna move up to some 3/16 inch steel, and we'll see how it performs. And here's a closer look at that weld. Really good for a first pass. All right, we can pretty much say we've ran this thing through its paces. The only feature we haven't tried yet is stick welding. So we're gonna do that right now. The first thing we're gonna do is switch the machine over to stick mode, or MMA. I got my machine set up to 80 amps, and we're just gonna run a quick bead over this used 1/8 inch metal that I got. All right, and that's that stick weld cleaned up. Okay, so after welding with this machine all day and getting familiar with it, I can honestly tell you this is the easiest DC TIG welder that I have in the shop. Additionally, the Cold Tig was a fun feature. I don't have one other than this. It was really easy to figure out. Anyone can do it and just take some time and get the dialing right on it, and it works perfectly. This machine and the foot pedal cost me about $300 total, so I'll leave a link in the description from Arccaptain as well as a discount code. As always, thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.